Battlefield is back, and since it's been 16 years since Battlefield 1942, a return to World War II is long overdue. There's plenty to get stuck into, as a ton is different from Battlefield 1, so here's everything that's changed in Battlefield 5. Just to let you know, as we only have a 2-minute trailer from Battlefield 5, we're going to be using some footage from Battlefield 1.
Give me first aid! Oh, sorry!
Squads are a big deal. Let's start with squads, because they're Battlefield 5's big thing and is what it refers to as My Company. The idea here is that you build a squad and stick with it through all game modes. There are 3 core modes: War Stories for single player, Combined Arms for co-op and multiplayer. Your custom character stays with you throughout it all, and your company can tackle co-op and multiplayer as a unit. They change how they look and play as you play the game too. There are massive rewards for working together, as is the case with all Battlefield games, but the emphasis here is on sticking to a squad. You have to choose to opt out of a squad, and communication always works, even during loading screens. Squad reinforcements come as a reward for doing squad actions like playing the objective, reviving squad mates, resupplying, etc. Earn squad points to get new stuff like the V1 rocket from the trailer, a smoke barrage, super powerful vehicles only for your squad, or supply drops.
Ah, that's the rocket!
Medic class. The medic class has changed to encourage more unity among companies. Now any class, to be clear that's assault, medic, recon and support, can revive a downed ally. Although it does take longer and it won't fully replenish your health. A medic just does it quicker and gives you 100% health on revive. And they can still lay down medkits, which you now have to physically take instead of just being near. Oh, and you better keep a medic handy, because health won't regenerate to 100% either. You'll need to heal for that. The even better news for medics is that you can now drag downed allies to cover before you revive them, so no more bottlenecks of death like we see in Battlefield 1 maps like Amiens. Support class. Support has changed too. Although everyone can build, support is better at creating all fortifications and can create fixed machine guns in addition to resupplying allies and carrying LMGs. Fortifications can be a whole host of stuff, from simple sandbag walls to barbed wire, foxholes and even strengthening of destroyed buildings. When you're attempting to hold a flag in Conquest, this is going to be a genuine game changer, as is the ability to tow stationary weapons across the map using vehicles. Yup, you can use a tank to tow an AA gun and use both weapons as you go. And yes, that means you can organically create an absolute stronghold out of building materials, scavenge stationary weapons and an assortment of vehicles. Customise yourself. Prepare yourself for some vast customization options. You can customise your soldiers' faces, clothes, haircuts, gender and insignias. Visual customization for soldiers includes leaves attached to sniper rifles, mohawks, blue face paint, helmets, hair, jackets, torsos, decals, pants and legwear, plus even a Nazi leather coat, because why not? Spotting has changed. Spotting has been reworked too, to avoid spot spamming and shooting at triangles as we've seen in previous Battlefield games. Now you mark danger areas in the environment for your squad to shoot at or avoid, and you get points for making kills in these zones. Wider range of movement. Much to the delight of hardcore players, you can now dive sideways to prone, go prone on your back, turn 360 while prone, and crawl backwards on your back. The map will react to you more too, so you'll be able to see recon players crawling around in long grass, or pick off enemies wading through marshy trenches. Soldiers will even slip in mud and physically push up against cover. Ammo's harder to find. There's a new scarcity system, which means that players will only start with a limited number of explosives and ammo packs. You can fortify resupply stations to replenish ammo, gadgets, explosives and health. Enemies also drop ammo, which you can pick up, or you can loot and destroy enemy resupply stations. Upgrade everything. Guns, like vehicles, all have upgrade trees, allowing you to completely customise every bit of kit you own. That's both cosmetic and utility. Weapons, for example, have between 5 to 7 different parts that can be swapped and changed, and you can customise the skills of your weapons, for stuff like faster reloads, more distance or more accuracy. Vehicles too can be chopped, changed and customised as you see fit. Adding more armour to a Tiger tank, for example, makes it harder to kill, but slows it down. Operations is now Grand Operations. There's a new mode called Grand Operations, which is just an evolution of the operations concept seen in Battlefield 1. In Grand Operations, you fight a huge battle for 4 in-game days, with each phase of the battle impacting and dynamically changing the next. One example takes place in the new Rotterdam map. Day 1 sees the attackers being paratroopers. The plane circles the map and you can choose to drop out at any time to play the objective. In this case, you're looking to sabotage enemy long-range artillery. The more you take out, the more you minimise casualties for the main attack force, which enters the game in Day 2. As the defenders, you're looking to minimise losses, and you can take out the troop carrier aircraft with AA guns for massive kill numbers. On Day 2, the main force arrives and you're given resources according to how many artillery placements you took out. So that means more troops, more vehicles, and even starting with more ammo if you're more successful. From here, you push in and capture flags like in Conquest. Day 3 brings a whole new objective but changes the map, so now you're fighting in a ruined version of Rotterdam. And the operation can end on Day 3 if you win a decisive victory, but you don't want that because Day 4 sounds incredible. Day 4 is sudden death, last man standing. Your soldier is exhausted, down to a few rounds of ammo, and you're trying to simply eliminate the enemy. The winning team is the one that's left alive at the end. Yes, there are spectator modes, yes, you can revive down squad mates, and yes, it's going to be intense. New co-op with Combined Arms. Combined Arms is a new co-op experience for up to 4 players. It's a Pathfinder-style mission where you need to survive long enough to meet the objective and is randomly generated by the game's new mission builder. It's not quite a horde mode, not quite a series of full stories, and DICE says it connects the dots between single player and multiplayer. It's designed to help new players integrate into the multiplayer as well as being a social space for veteran players. Repeating missions. Repeating missions include daily orders and special assignments. Daily orders are essentially Destiny's bounties, and you should easily be able to complete them in a couple of hours of play. They refresh every day and you can have up to 3 active at once. Special assignments are longer form objectives and they act like Destiny's exotic quests. They're multi-part and require you to do certain things in certain ways. So you'll perhaps need 50 revives on a certain map and then heal 100 people in another mode. These are unconfirmed numbers, by the way, I'm just using them to illustrate a point. You can have up to 4 active special assignments at a time and they'll reward you with more than just points. Tides of War mirrors Fortnite's Battle Pass. Season Pass is dead, replaced by Tides of War, which is the game's live service. This runs from launch and it's hugely ambitious. Each season of Tides of War is known as a chapter, and it works kind of like Fortnite's Battle Pass system. You get a series of timed, limited period events that last for around 2 to 3 months, and you get unique rewards for playing through them. Each grand operation is specific to a chapter, so once that chapter's finished, you won't play that grand operation ever again. Interestingly, each chapter reflects the way that World War II actually progressed, and reflects the events that happened within it. For example, one chapter will take place in Norway and deal with the conflict inside the Arctic Circle, an aspect rarely covered in World War II games. There will be themed multiplayer events, combined arms missions, and war stories associated with each chapter. Players who take part in these campaigns will unlock exclusive kit that won't be available ever again once the chapter finishes. There will be campaigns set in snowy Norway, rural France, the North African desert, the city of Rotterdam, and even London. Points are your new currency. There is a lot to unlock and use in Battlefield 5, and it's done in a number of ways. At the core of it all, you have points, a simple form of currency. You get points for doing anything in the game, from playing war stories through to being the last man standing in grand operations. Points are universal, so when you earn them playing combined arms, for example, you can unlock gear to use in regular multiplayer, and vice versa. Points allow you to unlock anything you want when you rank up. I asked whether or not you'd be able to pay to unlock items or buy points, and I was told that the way to progress is to play the game. Not a denial, but not confirmation either. Given that the Season Pass system has been scrapped completely, well, Battlefield 5 will have to make money in some way. And here's some other stuff we found out. An avalanche in a snow area of the map makes it look like big environmental moments might be coming back. A brand new respawn screen is being used, which first shows your killer and then you're in first person and can request revive. While you're waiting, it goes to the shoulder cam of one of your squad mates, but you can flick through squad cams. You respawn right next to your squad mate. You get a warning if you're the last squad member alive, and if your whole squad dies, you're back at the deploy area, which does give you some time to resupply. You can move seamlessly in and out of bipod stance. There are melee takedowns done exclusively through windows and new silent takedowns. Music plays in vehicles. Bullets now penetrate cover again, and higher caliber rounds will rip through thicker barricades. You can easily shred a house with an LMG. Destruction is actually realistic and organic, so you can blow houses apart piece by piece with no preset animations. You can even kill enemy troops with flying debris. War stories are the single player aspect, with one taking place during Norway in 1943. You play a female fighter working to save her family, and it looks like she's a pilot. Deluxe Edition will be out on October the 16th, and Standard Edition will release on October the 19th. You can access the open beta by pre-ordering. So that's everything that's changed in Battlefield 5. Let us know if you're excited in the comments below, click the box on the left for more content from us, and don't forget to hit that big button in the middle for more gaming news, reviews, previews and features right here on Game Trader Plus.